Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing on this August the 29th, 2025. And you can see the Bitcoin price and the Ethereum price are tanking along with the rest of the coins. And we'll start right in here with the XRP. You can see the XRP had a big flush yesterday after it tried to rebound with a local double bottom it's at right now. And you can see it's actually it's the fourth time it's hit it. First, second, third, and now you're fourth with the local double bottom. You tried to bounce off it, you rejected back. If you breach this, you're going to come straight to the 276, which is the 100-day moving average in the daily time frame. And then, like we've been talking about the last several days to a week, this 255 and this 249 are going to become major areas like a magnet if we don't start to bounce very, very quickly. You can see we broke the 200-day. Actually, what happened here, if we even want to go back farther, is we came back down to the 307, broke that, used it as resistance. Now we're failing to hold this local double bottom. We're going to come straight down to 276, maybe have a little bounce back off of that to this major resistance up there. And then this 255 and the 200-day are going to act as a magnet right now. Like that, bam, like that. It's going to act like a magnet. And before you know it, you're going to be like, man, how did we get back to 255? And then you're going to be like, oh, Vincenzo there with his jabroni killers and asset millionaire building was talking about this for the last several weeks as a possibility that we had to at least pay attention to. And that's the trust, truth, education, and information that we come to expect from him. Even if we are long-term bullish, there can still be short-term to the downside. And that's what we're looking at right now. And we're going to continue to follow. Could it reverse itself? Yes. But we're running out of our major area. You can see how that little bottom's right by the 100-day moving average. But this area right here, if we slip that, which we're threatening to, that's when you would come quickly down to the 255 level. If you wanted to get back bullish in the short term, you have to get back on top of the 50-day moving average, sitting there at 293, 294. And most importantly, get back on top of this horizontal left to right at 307 to be majorly short-term to medium-term and long-term bullish. But right now, you're extremely bearish in the short term. And if we update the moving averages, you can see the 50-day moving average is threatening now in the next day or two. It's actually just slightly started to trend down there. You can see that the 100-day moving average is starting to level out. Over the next 3 to 5 days, it'll run level. It'll parallel out. In the next 5 to 7 days, you'll see the 200-day, if the price continues sideways to down, will start to level out, right? XLM is the same thing, just at a different price and actually more advanced to the downside. You can see it's well defined now with the 50-day moving to the downside. The 100-day moving average here is now running parallel just above that critical 36 cents at the top part of this trading zone. And actually, we flushed all the way down and came on to this major support level. And this is another confirmation what Vincenzo was trying to tell you when we were back here. Even after we had this initial bounce, then we got rejected. We were telling you that this 100-day moving average, we were forecasting because the 100-day moving average was back here, saying it was going to be running right along to 36 cents. And the price would more than likely, if you got rejected below the 43 cents, like a magnet, bam, down to that 36 cents. And look at that. It's sitting exactly. It wicked down exactly to that 36 cents. And you can see it there. It's sitting right on it beautifully. I couldn't have made this video any better. And now the critical thing is, if you can't get support locally, you're going to shoot down extremely fast to the 200-day moving average at 33 cents. And then eventually this 31 cents will become the new magnet, right? But if you can get a bounce here, because this is a local double bottom, see that? Bottom one back here at the beginning of August, bottom two at the end of August, after the big pump and got rejected by the 43 cents. You could get a little nice rally here, even if you are going to end up coming down. You could bounce off of this and come all the way back up to a falling 50-day, and then that drives you back down, right? So this doesn't necessarily mean we're going to flush straight down to the downside, but what I'm trying to tell you is, if you breach into this green trading zone, it'll dump to the bottom part of that very, very quickly. So in the short term, it's looking very bearish. If you're going to try to reverse this in the short to medium term over the holiday weekend, You got to get back above the 100, and then you got to get back above the 50, or over this long holiday weekend after today where the markets don't open until next Tuesday, you could be sitting down at 30 or 29 cents by then, right? So it's going to be very interesting. Same thing with Ethereum. We're going to come straight down, not straight down, but we're going to come down to this megaphone neckline support, an area that we accurately called here when we were topping out and said it should bounce on that and have a big rally. And then it tagged it and had a big rally, right? So we called that beautifully. And then it tagged a new high, but just below the 5,000. And then as it started to turn around up there, we said it's probably going to come back to the 4,064. And I think that's where it's coming. And then that's where it's going to be very critical, because if you slip the 4,064, you could come all the way back down to the 3,477. So over this holiday weekend, that 4,064 is the critical area that we're going to be watching, as well as you can see what this might be now is signifying a confirmation breakout to the downside. You can see we dipped down, came back into it, came out. This morning, we'll zoom in even closer, had a ferocious rally into the 45-minute. You can see that right there, back up to the major resistance level, the 3.5-year pattern, and look where it got rejected by. The 100-day and the pattern resistance. If it breaks now, this regional first low, you're coming all the way down quickly to the 103,000, and then that might be the confirmation that it's a breakdown, a market structural pattern breakdown, and we might be coming down to the 97,339.68. So stick with us. This is a major change in the Bitcoin price, the pattern, and something that structurally the next 3 to 6 months could bring a rapid change, or could this just be a manipulated fake out? As the market knows, the hedge funds, the big money, the smart money, the market movers, the manipulators, and the shysters, heisters, and fleecers know the Federal Reserve and the criminal gangster Jerome Powell that's been beaten down by Donald J. Trump like Mike Tyson used to beat down the competition in the squared circle. He's going to lower rates. At least the market thinks he will. And if the market does, that could be the next catalyst that pumps the cryptocurrencies. Continue to follow, support the channel, subscribe. Jabroni Killer is as cheap as $3.99 a month it starts at to keep these videos coming daily and for free. Video description and or pinned comment. Hit that subscribe button. That is free. Share it is free. Commenting and liking it is all free. That helps us get our message and pushes us through the YouTube sphere. Peace and love. Continue to hodl your gold and silver bullion and mining stocks. Jay.